Unfortunately, Henry's ill this week, so first off the bench is me. Welcome back to my FPL. This is a review of Game Week 31 and a preview of double Game Week 32, where Spurs play Everton and Southampton. Sadly, Game Week 31 was pretty awful for us. It was our second worst game week of the season. We only got 38 points. The average was 41, so a big red arrow. We actually went down 44,000 places to 205,866. That was so disappointing after a good green arrow last week, up 35,000 places, now down 44,000. Our total points are 1,931, our team value is 108.5, but to be back over 200,000 is really disappointing. We thought we'd go from 162,000 last week and start pushing towards that 100k. Still 7 weeks to go, double game week this week, big chance to gain some points back. This is how our team scored. We had Lloris in goal, who just got 2 points in a 3-1 loss to Man United. In defence, we had two Chelsea players, Azpilicueta and Rudiger. They both scored 2 points each in a 4-1 win over Crystal Palace. Chelsea aren't keeping the clean sheets that they were before. They had something like 5 or 6 in a row, getting loads of points. We thought we'd double up on Chelsea defence. Maybe that was a mistake. And then thirdly at the back, we had John Stones, just 1 point. In a 2-1 loss to Leeds. No one expected that. Stuart Dallas banging both goals. Something like 17 points. Loads of people benched him. Some lucky people got him off their bench. If you were one of those, don't tell me that was planned. But well done to you if you did get his points. In midfield, we captained Gundogan. He only got 32 minutes. He didn't make an impact, unlike he's done before. They lost 2-1. 1 point, double to 2 for our captain. Awful choice. Jota also only got 2 points in their 2-1 win over Aston Villa. He played, I think, most of the game, but didn't have any impact on it at all, even though they won 2-1. Son, in the loss to Man United, did get our goal. 7 points for him. Well done, Sonny. Never thought about captaining him, so can't complain at that. Fernandes, in the Man United team that beat Tottenham 3-1, only got 2 points. So again, a lot of people did captain him. Not a good choice. And then Jesse Lingard for West Ham. What is going on at West Ham? Jesse Lingard, absolutely on fire. Can't stop scoring. We got him in back in game week 28, was it? And then we kept him on our wild card. We actually transferred him out and brought him back in during that week of planning our wild card. So glad we did. We got most of the points that he's been scoring. In that game, he got 2 goals, 2 bonus points to score himself 14 points. Up front, we went for Kane and Vardy. We left Iheanacho on the bench. Kane and Vardy, 2 points each. Kane, obviously, in the 3-1 loss to Man U, really didn't have an impact on the game. Vardy, in their 3-2 loss to West Ham, didn't have any assists for the 2 goals. Iheanacho got them both. 13 points on our bench. So disappointed in that. We went with Vardy over Iheanacho. Vardy, over the past, has always scored points. He hasn't actually scored a goal since about game week 14, but we felt he's got to start scoring soon. So we benched Iheanacho, feeling Iheanacho might even not get the full game. How wrong were we? In our head-to-head, we lost that as well. 49 points to 38. We dropped to 4th position as well in that league as the people in 3rd and 4th both won, pushing them up above us. The team in 1st place also lost those, so we're still only 9 points away from that top spot. This week we're playing Kloppo boys, who are in 5th place, just 1 point behind us, so it's going to be a tight game. His team is 1.2 million ranked, but he's got his wild card still, he's got his triple captain, and he's got his bench boost. I suspect this week he'll play as triple captain on Kane. He's also got 2 free transfers, so he could come out with a really, really good team. and a triple captain. It's going to be tough to beat. In our game against Ben Foster, we did actually win it. Even with our low points, we won it 38-36. Ben captained Salah for 14 points, much better than our 2-point captain. But other than that, none of his players scored more than 5 points, so another bad week for Ben. This is getting embarrassing, Ben. In our mini league, we've dropped out of the top 10 again, but actually positions 9, 10 and 11 are all on the same points, 1931. The highest scorer in our league this week got 83 points. That was M.City Hudson. Brilliant score. They had Dallas with 17 points. They captained Lingard for 28. They had Iheanacho, 13 points, and Mount and Ina, who had 6. What a great score. We've now got 267 people in our mini league, so if you haven't joined yet, use the code below and it'd be great to see you in there. Now for our plans for Game Week 32. We always knew when we did our wild card in Game Week 30 that Spurs were going to have a double game week against Everton and Southampton. So in our wild card, we made sure we had Kane, Son and a third player. Difficult choosing that third player as the defenders keep being rotated. Mora is a good shout, but that uses up a really valuable midfield spot. So we went for Lloris as one of our goalkeepers. We kept Martinez. Martinez gets points whether they lose or win. So now is where we bring in Lloris, and hopefully he'll get 1 clean sheet out of those 2 games. And hopefully Kane and Son will do the business. Son hasn't been on form lately. He's just come back from injury. So hopefully him and Kane can start that goal scoring, assisting combo that they were doing a few weeks back so brilliantly. We have been thinking about bringing in Salah for their amazing run of fixtures that Liverpool have got. From now, they've got Leeds, Newcastle, Man United, which will be tough, Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, and then Crystal Palace in the final game week. You couldn't ask for much better fixtures than that. We've already got Jota. We really want Salah. We're frightened of not owning him. The points he could score. The trouble is he hasn't been scoring loads of points lately. So we've been without him for about 10 weeks now. Hasn't really hurt us because he hasn't been on fire. But with this run of fixtures, he's got to start scoring soon. If we want to bring him in, we'd have to generate some cash to do it. He's 12.5 million, the most expensive player in the game. We'd probably replace Gundogan to get him in, but Gundogan is only worth 5.7. He's going down in price. I think he might be 5.6 now. So we need to generate some cash elsewhere. The obvious choice is Vardy at 10.1 million. We can't play 5 across the midfield and 3 in up front every week. So really, if we kept Kane and Iheanacho, lose Vardy, we could bring in Salah. Vardy definitely seems to be playing a different role with Leicester at the moment. Iheanacho seems to be the main striker. Vardy's becoming more of an assister, a bit like Kane's role, but he needs to get some goals as well for people to actually have him in their team, I think. The reason we'd love to have Salah this week is they play Leeds. Liverpool played them first game of the season. If you remember, Salah got 20 points in that game. So frightened if we don't own him, but is he on form? Will he do it? They've played in the week. They're out of Champions League. He's going to want to get that golden boot. Is he going to be fired up and get back on form? Our other thought is to bring in a different Liverpool player, Alexander-Arnold. He's been playing brilliant lately. His form's been getting better and better. Hasn't quite produced, but the last 2 weeks he has. He's got something like 11 and 12 points in the last 2 weeks. So he could be an option. We could bring him in quite easily, keep Vardy up front, bench Gundogan, who's probably going to get rotated anyway, as we saw last week when we captained him. That might be the best bet. We've got 3 defenders who are being rotated. Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Stones. They're both still in the Champions League. Got big games coming up. If we bring Alexander-Arnold in for one of those, that could solve our rotation problem. Alexander-Arnold plays every week. We've got the money to swap, say, Rudiger, keep Azpilicueta, who's got a chance of more returns than Rudiger. He's the cheaper defender, so it will cost an extra 2.5 maybe, but we've got the money from all the early transfers we did, built up our team value. So Alexander-Arnold, Salah, Not sure. We could potentially do Alexander-Arnold this week and Salah in future game weeks, but are we going to miss out on a big haul against Leeds? The deadline is today at 6:30 PM, so get your transfers done before then and hope you have a good week. So our team for this week will potentially line up as Lloris in goal against Everton and Southampton. At the back, Azpilicueta against Brighton, Shaw against Burnley, Stones against Villa. We could have Alexander-Arnold in there playing a 4 or a 3 if we bring him in. In the midfield, Jota against Leeds, Son against Everton and Southampton, Lingard against Newcastle, Fernandes against Burnley. Up front, Iheanacho against West Brom, Kane against Everton and Southampton. We could have Salah in that midfield as well, and then maybe Vardy against West Brom, or a cheap attacker on the bench if we bring Salah in. So there's a few question marks there, something we need to decide pretty quick. So our bench could be Gundogan, Rudiger, Target and Martinez. So as I said, deadline is 6:30 tonight. Good luck. Choose your captain wisely. No need to go anywhere else other than Kane. You could risk it, but it could end up in disaster. So many people will captain Kane. So many people own him. If you go against it, score less, you're going to go down a lot. So thanks for watching, guys. Henry should be back next week. Don't forget, subscribe, turn alerts on. You'll get all notifications to your phone when we produce the next video. Cheers, bye-bye.